At this point in my story, I'm going to leave it alone about the Tai Chi farm and the Taste of China and all the great things that I was doing while I was practicing for up until 20 years ago with different teachers. I thought I would start with something that is Master Ting's, and everything for a while will be all about what my teacher, Master Ting, showed me. Every single thing, 90% of what I'm going to be saying, was told to me by Master William Ting of Silver Tiger Tai Chi. He is the reason that I'm so excited still after all these years doing Tai Chi and still having an incentive to be teaching. And as he tells me every week when I tell him how much I gained out of the last week of Zoom classes, that I'm still excited and I'm still learning. But as you will find out later on, if you stick with it, you never stop learning. His goal is to pass on all of these wonderful, valuable concepts. I don't have time right now in my life to memorize every one of these dialogues, but I can demonstrate every single thing. So if I'm doing a little reading, it is my disclaimer that I just really don't have the time to memorize everything. I'm going to call this section an introduction, part 1 of the 24 musts for correct Tai Chi posture. Because first, before you do anything else, you must be aware of your body parts. The parts that we are going to be using before we go into anything more depth. Many student players, and I will be disclaimer right here, are very, very satisfied with the external choreographed forms that they do. They come to class, they learn a little Qigong, they learn a little form, and they're very happy. And that's fine. They have no interest whatsoever in going any deeper. So if that works for you, you don't have to worry about watching this series, because it is really for the serious student who has an interest in going deeper and wanting to know more about it. If you are interested in the more profound internal balance and connections, then you are in for a wonderful surprise with how your body is going to feel, how your energy flows, how strong and unimpeding it flows throughout your entire body. Every week I say, I can't believe as I get older and older, I feel more majestic and more in tune with myself, the environment, than I ever thought was possible. Master Ting teaches this seminar in a 4-hour workshop. He actually, in his studio, does a 4-hour workshop once every month. So we are so lucky to have such a dedicated instructor. During this 24 months workshop, you were given a chart, or as I call a schematic, of all the 24 musts, the large circle that happens in your body, the 3 bows, the 6 harmonies, and the 5 connections. Okay, you have a chart. And boy, is it confusing. I must admit, it is overwhelming. When I first got this chart, I came home and I actually, hate to admit this, but I stuck it in a drawer. It was just too much material. Master Ting has said to me, and to all people in his class that teach, don't give the students too much. It overwhelms them. When I take a private class, I couldn't do more than an hour without my brain just getting oversaturated. The longer you have done Tai Chi before you find Master Ting, the longer it takes to break a lot of your bad habits. So lucky for those people that catch me or some other teacher in the beginning, because you don't have to undo so many bad habits. So I'll show you what the chart looks like. This is pretty light, but this would be the chart. I'm not very good with all kinds of charts, but everything is there. The most important thing, I really do believe, is that Master Ting has two beautiful books, and this book, and it is backwards, The Essential Concepts of Tai Chi. It is not, it is, by William Ting. What that really means, in the beginning when we start to teach you, we say, yes, that's right. And I used to sit and watch him saying, no, that's not right. He'd say, in the beginning, that's as best they can do. And then so many months later, he'd say, well, okay, that's not exactly right. So now it is not. And then after a while, you learn the more improved. Now it's back to being it is. He has this book and another book which you can get on Amazon, or you can get it on the Silver Tiger Tai Chi bookstore. He has some wonderful articles too that he used to put online, but I do believe that he took those articles and incorporated them in his book, so he no longer puts them online. I've been rereading them. Every time I reread this material, I get blown away. It's so much. That's the reason I'm not memorizing all this dialogue, because there's so much for me to teach you, so much for me to show you the mistakes that people make in yang form, the mistakes that I made, and how you do things, and all the things that I learned that he used to say. I didn't know what he was talking about, but I learned. And I'm hoping to show you so that maybe you don't have to work so hard. After I have introduced all the body parts and the concepts, which I call part 1, part 2 is going to be much more interesting to me, because we will explore more in depth, and I will do illustrations, and I will show you in my own body how you apply some of these concepts of body posture. Good posture will make the mind calm. The chi flows smoothly. But how do we attain good posture? People say you should be rooted. Most people think rooted means to go low. So if you go low, you usually end up doing something that he constantly told me, don't shrink. That means instead of expanding, your body is collapsing. So this is not the same as rooting. As a tree grows, not only does the tree increase in size, penetrates into the earth, but the branches and the leaves expand proportionately to how deep it is. We had some tree work done around here just a few months ago around the house, and the same exact thing the arborist told us. As high as the branches are deeper is the roots, and they were growing toward the house. So all of these concepts apply to everything in life. When I'm teaching a regular class, I would give 1 or 2 concepts. And every time some new person would come up to me and say, we do that in golf. I do that when I horseback ride. Every sport, every body movement really is the same good posture. As you seek to be rooted, you must open all of the joints. Now you think, how do you open all the joints? as your feet feel as if they are deeper into the earth, and the spine seems to expand toward the ground and to the sky. So when I first learned, they would say it's heaven, earth, and man. We're in between the two, and that we're constantly expanding to, in all directions, to that same concept. Master Ting is always saying, make the spine longer and make it thinner. If you make your spine thinner and you're a martial art push hands person, the opponent cannot find your center. That is very cool. The fundamentals of correct posture in playing Tai Chi. The more awareness you have of your body, the easier things will be for you and your teacher. I have somebody in my class now that's been practicing for 10 years. It took me about 6 months, and I kept thinking to myself, is he going to get this or not? But now he's catching on. And as a teacher, I am so excited and so blessed to have someone at the end of my life that I really can pass this on. And he's the one that's encouraged me to put it on video, because we would like to pass it on together and get more students that do other yang forms to watch it and see if it works for them. The invisible aspect of Tai Chi is very hard to teach. But for the art to survive with all the integrity that makes it unique, we must find a way. And since my background is in being a teacher for 28 years of a very detailed subject, I found myself to be quite qualified to break things down into small, teachable parts and be able to pass this on.